Awake, and it's not hard to do because it is freezing cold this morning in the Compassion Center. The heat is broken and out, which is fine because we are storing fresh food. Not really. Our poor volunteers have a bunch of space heaters plugged in downstairs, and that's how we're going to start our Tuesday. So thanks for tuning in, whether you're on my personal Facebook page or the church's Facebook page, or watching this on Twitter. My name is Josh Taransky. I'm the pastor of Haven City Church. It is Tuesday, November, what is it, the 23rd? Let me check the date yet. The 22nd. We're not at the 23rd yet. November the 22nd. It's Giving Tuesday. We're in the middle of a capital campaign raising money to buy a box truck for our relief center. We've been giving away food, $1 million of food every month for the last few months. We've been doing food since the beginning of COVID. And I've seen a lot of great pictures online of people doing their own food distributions across the country. This is the season to give away food. I've got a fun update that I want to share, but before I do that, let me just give a little bit of context. This is just a little bit of history of what we're doing here. This is the original food pantry when I took over as a center coordinator for the Compassion Center, which is just a couple of blocks from the house where I was living in Baltimore City. This is what it looked like originally. So we came in, and it was like a thrift store, and they had a food pantry, and we would give away what's called shelf-stable food items to people that are homeless. It'd be like a Wednesday morning chapel, and that was a lot of fun. And pretty soon, we were able to start getting food. I'll show you this. This is a picture of us putting together food for that same group of people, but you'll see there in the picture, there's like fresh produce. Here's some chicken right there. You've got bread, cereal. This was food that we were picking up from Trader Joe's every Friday morning. So we moved from Trader Joe's, and that made us more of a source of food in the local neighborhood. We're in kind of the Fells Point neighborhood, and there's 8 surrounding neighborhoods on this side of Patterson Park in Baltimore City. And we were building relationships with stakeholders, the local Catholic charities, the Esperanza Center, the local public schools, anybody just who was trying to work around the area of food. We were trying to work with them. And so when COVID hit, all of a sudden, there was a bunch of resources. Oh, there's my mom. Good morning, Mom. It's good to see you. Thanks for supporting what we're doing. As soon as COVID hit, all of these resources came flooding in, and we went from just picking up food in my minivan to renting a truck. And that was the beginning of something amazing. And we've had more and more access to food as we've gone along. So let me show you just a few more pictures here from what we're doing in the center. This is what it looks like on food distribution days, food piled up. This is this is just the, on like a Friday morning, this would be the canned items. And usually everybody that comes gets a couple of those canned items. What else we got here? Oh, pet food. That's a whole nother story. I'm going to save that one for another story. This is what our truck looks like when it's loaded up, coming from the distribution warehouse. We got eggs. We've got pretzels. We got all kinds of stuff that we're able to give away. Here's some of our volunteers that serve. So today's actually a day, I've got to run here in a second, but I wanted to share with you before we get our food distribution started for today. Follow us as we go through the day. We're on Instagram. The church is Haven City Church on Instagram. We're on Twitter, and you can follow along there. Facebook as well. We have a Facebook page where we post updates. Maybe you're watching this there. Help us get the word out. We're trying to raise $80,000 to buy a truck. Right now, we're renting a truck on a week-to-week basis. And the reason why we're trying to raise $80,000 is so that we can knock out our monthly costs. We can just in one foul swoop purchase a truck and reduce our monthly costs on operating the transportation of this food, because we have these warehouses, these different distributors that are willing to give us a ton of food if we'll just come and pick it up with a truck. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on. Last night, though, this is kind of the big update for where we're at today. Last night, I got a call from a guy that runs a food bank down in Annapolis, and they have a box truck, the exact box truck that we need. They have it sitting, and they're not using it about 90% of the time. And so Tim, who runs this, he said, hey, look, you can come tomorrow and pick up this truck. You might as well use it, drive it, pick up food, and instead of paying for a truck. So, and not only that, but he also put us on the phone with the people that he purchased the truck for. And as I mentioned yesterday, it is really hard to find a truck right now, especially at the 24, 26 foot box truck with a lift gate on it. And anyway, this company is really favorable to nonprofits, and they are willing to put aside a truck that we can purchase. If we can come up with the money, they've got the chassis and they've got the body that they are going to work on. He's putting a quote together for us today, and they want to just hook us up. So it's not going to be free, but they want to sell it to us at cost. So if you could pray for that, we are going to try to raise the money to be able to make that purchase here come December. But for the next few weeks, it looks like today we're going to be able to have a free truck to use rather than paying almost $1,000 a week to be driving a truck. So some great things going on. In just a couple of hours, the line's going to form out front of the Compassion Center. I'll post pictures on Instagram and on the church's Facebook page. You can see that going on. You can see our volunteers. And yeah, thank you in advance for giving. Thank you for sharing this update with your friends on the different social platforms. And if you're not following us yet on Instagram, that's a great place to be at. A lot of information goes out there and on that platform. So appreciate you guys. And I'll try to give an update maybe later today or tomorrow morning. God bless.